Hey artists, today we are going to create a pair of mittens. Mittens are used in the winter to keep our hands warm. To start, we're going to use white paper and a Sharpie marker. And what I'm going to do is place my hand on my paper so that my fingers are together and my thumb sticks out as if they were inside a mitten. And then I'm going to trace around my fingers. I want my fingers to be nice and close together, and I want my thumb to stick out. I'm going to trace a shape around my fingers and then around my thumb. I'm taking my time, and I'm not getting the marker right up on my hand because a mitten is usually, there's some room in there to wiggle. So it's okay if it's a little bit big. And then I'm just going to connect the bottom together where my wrist would be. And there's one mitten. Now I need to draw the other mitten because mittens come in pairs. We always have two. And for the other mitten, it's a little tricky because I have to draw with my left hand and I'm going to trace around my right hand. And I'm not the best at using my left hand, but I'm going to try. So I do the same thing with my fingers. I keep my fingers close together and I stick my thumb out. I'm positioning it on my paper so that my thumb doesn't touch my other mitten. And I'm just going to draw a nice mitten shape after I get my hand how I want it around my fingers, kind of like a bubble. And then I'm going to draw a shape around my thumb. And my hand is so big that my mitten kind of runs into the other one. So notice I just pick up my marker and kind of jump over that line. And then I'll connect the bottom like I did on the other one. So now I have a pair of mittens. From here, I am going to design my mittens using oil pastels and watercolor paints. So I start by choosing some colors of oil pastel that I like. And then I'm thinking of different kinds of lines. Remember, we have organic lines that are curvy and wavy and do what they want. What other kinds of lines can you think of? How about a dashed line? Yes, okay, so I'm gonna draw a dashed line, and for my mittens, I want them to match, so whatever I do on one mitten, I do on the other. Sometimes mittens don't match, so your mittens don't have to match, but I wanted my mittens to match. Now, I found out I was using a soft pastel, and that was a problem, so I looked again and I found an oil pastel, and I'm creating, what kind of line is that, artist? Oh, did you say zigzag line? Yes, it is a zigzag line, good. So I am going to continue filling in my mitten with different kinds of lines. Whoa, what kind of line is that, Mrs. Gartland? That's kind of a messy line. Even art teachers make mistakes, but it's okay. I'm going to fix it and create some kind of line that's still going to look nice on my mitten. Oh, there we go. That's a thick scalloped line. And from here, I continue drawing lines to fill in the shape of my mitten. I stick with the same colors because I'm just really liking the way those colors look, but you can use whatever colors you want. And you can create any kind of lines that you would like. Oh yeah, I really like those lines that are kind of bursting out of the bottom of my mitten there. Okay, now to finish it up, we are going to add some tempera paint over the oil pastel. We could leave our mitten white, but I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of painting too. And look at how beautiful these mittens look when you fill them in with color. I also decided to add some snowflakes to the back. What do you think, artists? Are you ready to make some mittens of your own?